Heart disease is the leading global cause of death. 17.3 million deaths per year. About 2,200 Americans die each day from these diseases, one every 40 seconds. Each year, approximately 7,000 children younger than 18 years of age experience out-of-hospital cardiac arrest. Last year, the AHA funded nearly $13.7 million in new research awards related to children's heart disease. Although that's a lot, we needed an additional $116 million to fund more researchers. What would a world look like without heart disease and stroke? What's it going to take to get there? And who is looking out for my future?
What would a world look like without heart disease and stroke?
Maybe more birthdays, more fathers walking their daughters down the aisle, more happy faces, less surgeries.
A world with people living longer to share their experiences and advice with the younger generations. A world we will be proud to bring our children to.
A young girl who lost her father from heart attack in high school would have him there to advise her when she applies to grad school. And a woman who lost her independence and mobility due to stroke would be there to teach her grandson her favorite recipes.
So, what is it going to take for us to get there?
Dreaming big, working big, but in small steps, millions at a time.
Well, it'll take a serious commitment, and it'll be a partnership between scientists, doctors, and individuals who need to prioritize their own health.
What reality about heart disease keeps me up at night? 1 out of 125 newborns is born with a heart defect. And 1 out of 150 adults live with a congenital heart disease defect. These people had no choice. They were just born with a mark.
So you asked me what statistic about heart disease keeps me up at night? That my grants may not get funded. Currently, only 5 to 10% of research grants are successful, and we really need this money to be able to imagine a world without heart disease and stroke.
What is it gonna take for us to get there?
Society needs to support this partnership, funding scientific research, advocating for well-run hospitals and insurance, and enabling people to make healthy lifestyle choices.
After countless years working at a very small scale, it seems clear that defeating heart disease is something that we can only do if we work big.
So why now is it more important than ever?
For one thing, we're entering this age of big data, where new understanding is increasingly coming from the ability to ask and answer questions about heart disease at a scale that reveals information that a smaller study wouldn't show.
It's a very exciting time right now. We finally have the right technological tools at the hands of clinicians and researchers to answer the big question of why is heart disease and stroke happening in the first place.
But we're at risk of missing the train if we don't get on board.
It's not what it's going to take, it's who it's going to take. We need clinicians, researchers, survivors, patients, donors, everybody to come together to answer the big questions.
All the engines are set, and thousands of answers are just a step, an hour, $1 away.
Now is the time to invest into helping the next generation.
On April 18th, 2016, I had a cardiac arrest while playing on the playground with some of my friends. The CPR on the playground saved my life. I have a rare type of long QT syndrome that was just discovered in 2012. I'm the first patient that Stanford tested positive for this weird mutation called COM3. Stanford had just been testing for this 4 months before my cardiac arrest. My pacemaker and my defibrillator, they are there in case something like this happens again. So why is research so important? Because research funded by the American Heart Association saved my life. Thank you, all of those researchers out there who helped discover that we do have something wrong, that we do have a heart problem, or we do need whatever we need. I'm alive today because of researchers like you.
Research is why, life is why, Sophia is why.